Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. I want to show you how to make money and how to make money at home. And I know there are a lot of gimmicks like drop shipping or trading crypto or making little cards. No, none of those. This will be so effortless, and it only takes 30 minutes every Monday morning for me to make the money for the entire week. Yes, 30 minutes, you heard me correctly. There's no training. I don't have any training or courses for you to take or even pay for. I know many of you guys are asking. I have absolutely nothing to offer you other than free videos and maybe a book recommendation, right? Because this is going to show you how to do it. All you have to do is learn how to sell options. And many of you guys are asking me, it's like, hey, how can you sell something that you don't have? Because market allows you to do it. And you might be asking, hey, isn't option really risky? Buying options, yes, because 90+% of people who buy options lose money. So you want to be on the other side of the fence and sell options, because it's like 99% that you're going to make money. 1%, yeah, only if you're dealing with individual stocks or there's a market crash or something major happens. But unless that happens, you're going to make money 99% of the times. And that's what I'm here to show you. And before we get there, let me just show you what I did in between my pickleball games, because I was just doing trades. And that's how easy it is. While you're taking a little breather, you trade, and then that's it. I just made over $10,000 in a couple trades. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. What did I do? I sold UTSL puts, as you can see from here. UTSL. I'm going to make another video of why I chose UTSL, but just bear with me. I sold 10 contracts, meaning 1,000 shares, equivalent to 1,000 shares at $46. And if you go to the right at striking price of $1.15, and how much money did I get? $1,146. But using that money, I ended up buying 24 shares and pretty much spending the entire money, except maybe $18 and change. What else did I do? My usual thing, IonQ. I sold 10 contracts, so $1,000 shares worth at $46. Of course, the price just took off again this morning, so this is going to be worth a lot less. This line is less, that line is going to be more. Made $716, and I bought 9 shares and spent $681. I did the same thing with QBTS. I sold puts, 10 contracts, got 33 cents, and I made $326. And what did I do? I bought more shares. As you can see here, buy. And that's the day today. Fubo, rather than selling puts, I am selling calls because my cost is very, very low and I don't mind exiting or getting paid to wait to exit at a higher price. So I sold 14 contracts, got 5 cents, which is a little over 1%, not a lot of money. So for those who do not have a lot of money, there are stocks you can do for you to start feeling how this actually works and make this amount of money. And you might say, oh, that's not a lot. That's every week. So that's close to $230 a month. Might be sufficient enough to pay all your grocery bills. So this is definitely worth learning how to do it. And then what did I do with that money? I could have taken it out to use it, but instead I decided to buy more shares. So 60 more shares. Same thing. Ethereum ETF puts at 34, 10 contracts. And how much money did I make? $376. And of course, I bought 10 more shares of it, spending pretty much the entire money. And this is another thing that I introduced last week. So sold TPST, $95 puts, got $1.09, and I made close to $1,100. And I ended up buying 59 shares of HOND. Yes, this is a SPAC that's waiting to merge with a nuclear energy company and up again. See, when I first introduced, this was hovering around $15. It has gone up 20% since I last introduced. I think I introduced last week. So within 1 week, it has taken off. And in between breaks, in between those games, when I take a break, I just sell all these options. But let me just show you a couple things that I did. Not my entire account, actually a small portion of my account. And this is the money that I made. As you can see, this is the numbers, some of the numbers that you have seen, right? I think this is from one account alone. And the total comes out to be about $10,000. Yes, $10,000. That is equivalent, if you do monthly, that's equivalent after taxes. Actually, no, $10,000 a week is equivalent to $40,000 a month. That is equivalent to getting paid more than $500,000 in your salary. You do not have to work. Ever have to go to work. Just that alone. But in order to do that, of course, you need to learn. And just like I mentioned, there's a book called How to Turn Every Friday into Payday Using Weekly Options. This is not exactly the same thing as I do because the time frame that they use is slightly different than mine. But when you read this, you're going to say, wow, I finally understand what Ernie does. And I think I can do the same thing. And if you go to my success story playlist, I have hundreds, actually I have more than 1,000 followers who are sending me messages that learning how to do this has completely changed their life, that they have more money to spend, they have more money for retirement, and some, this was a long time ago, now they have enough money to buy presents for their entire family. And there was a lady who now can go to China. She says she didn't think she has the financial means to take her kids to China, and now she does. So this can fundamentally change your life. And it's going to require for you to watch my videos. That's completely free. Get a copy get it from the library. Don't buy it. Get it from the library so that you'll be able to read it in like 2 or 3 weeks rather than just let this sit and collect dust, right? Read this and get a paper trading account like Monopoly money, not real money, so that you can practice. And I promise you, within 2 weeks, maybe 3, depending on your learning curve and how much knowledge you have about investing, this is going to take you no more than 3, maybe 4 weeks for you to master it and start generating meaningful income every single week so that you have less reasons to fight at home, right? Because a lot of the marriages, it's over money. You have less reasons to fight over money. You're not going to be as stressed out, and you can afford a lot more things without having to worry about where the money's going to come from. I know you're going to have a lot of questions, so feel free to reach out using comments. My direct message is really, really behind. Comments, I'll respond to you within 24 hours. So leave me your questions through comments, and I'll respond to you. And don't forget to follow, like, and repost. And actually, the best way to do this is with your family or with your friends so that you can learn from each other and bounce back ideas on what underlying stocks or ETF that you want to choose to do this with. So try to do it with a group of friends. If you don't, try to find somebody within Facebook interest group or meetup or whichever, so that you have somebody that can coach you, mentor, or challenge your thinking process, so that you'll be able to master this and never have to work again. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. And hang tight for another video of why I am allocating money a certain way, thinking or believing that the AI bubble is going to burst sometime in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.